My name is Angelique, and over here we have Ashley, and we are both scientists here at Science North. And we're here today to talk to you about flight. Now, flight in the animal kingdom is as diverse as the animals that fly. They are all biologically adapted to their specific needs for flight. Here at Science North, we only have one vertebrate animal species that can fly, our big brown bats, which are flying mammals. I would like to introduce you to our three big brown bats here at Science North. We have Echo, Rufus, and Luna.
Bats have wings composed of a double membrane stretched over a framework of finger bones similar to the joints in the human hand. Their wings are highly elastic, especially compared to those of birds, which make bats more efficient flyers. Bats use the principles of lift and thrust to fly. Basically, they have to overcome the force of gravity and push themselves forward. They also need to compete with drag and turbulence. Drag is the resistance of air, and turbulence is the currents within the air that create vortices and other irregularities of flow. Bat wings have an irregular concave shape. The wing acts as an airfoil, a curved surface designed to give the most favorable ratio of lift and drag in flight. Low pressure is created above the wing from faster moving air, and this sucks the wing up. The high pressure below from slower moving air pushes the wing up. Flapping is what generates lift and thrust, but there is a trade-off between the two. Generating more thrust means less lift. Bat wings can stretch to catch air and generate lift in many different ways. Bats are able to make fine scale adjustments during flight because they have many wing joints. This allows them to make subtle adjustments to wing shape during flight. By changing the shape of the wing, the tilt of the wing, and the angle at which the wing is held while it is passed through the air, the bat can control how much lift and how much thrust it gains from each wing beat. On the upstroke, bats can bend their fingers and tuck in their wings as they raise them, conserving energy. The ideal physical shapes of the bat's bodies and wings have evolved to overcome the various forces. Some wings are better at one thing or another, which is why wing design is so diverse. Rufus, Luna, and Echo eat insects and have to be able to fly faster and maneuver relatively easily. Big brown bats have medium-shaped wings with low aspect ratios and a medium wing load. Aspect ratio is the wing length divided by the wing breadth, and the wing loading is the mass of the animal divided by wing area. Larger bats that need endurance in flight would have a higher aspect ratio, closer to most birds, and higher wing loading. All the different animals that fly can also glide. However, some do so more efficiently than others. Small wings do not allow for efficient soaring and gliding. The best soaring birds have a very wide wingspan. Gliding is different from flight because it does not involve thrust. Gliding uses the principles of lift, but height is lost quickly due to the animal's inability to compete with drag.
I would like to introduce you to one of our resident flying squirrels, Piper. Now, Piper can't actually fly, she glides. Many of the animals that we call flying, such as flying fish or flying snakes, are actually gliding fish or gliding snakes. Now let's see her in action.
The gliding ratio is the distance an object can go forward versus the distance it falls. As a general rule for a flying squirrel, for every 1 meter up, it can glide 2 meters out. Like a kite, flying squirrels do not actually fly because they do not have wings to compete with the other forces involved with being able to fly. Flying squirrels have a flap of furry skin attached from their wrist to their ankles called a patagium. Flight has evolved multiple times in the animal world. From insects to birds to bats, there are so many different sorts of animals that can fly. They have all evolved different body forms and flying techniques to meet their biological needs. Although humans will never be able to fly biologically, we have been trying to mimic flight and gliding from the animal world throughout our modern-day machines. How many of these technologies can you explore?